he kind of plays both the South Side thing and the North and the West Side thing, because I heard him talk about how those old boys down at the discotheque got off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was very, very appreciative to tell us how those old boys down at the discotheque got off when he wanted to tie them to Bill Williams.
Uh-huh.
You know, but I never heard him speak like that before then. But due to the fact that he wanted to knock Bill Williams off the block as far as becoming judge, he decided to tell the story about the people that owned the discotheque and how corrupt they were to tie them into Bill Williams. So the caller was asking, when did Austin Rhodes come about, and how did he get into their group, if you know anything about that?
I don't know. I know his family used to own Dixieland Furniture Company downtown.
Okay.
That's where his family comes from.
Yeah, okay.
Bob Young, I think that's the character that probably was more of a Republican hackman, a Democratic hackman, a European hackman, political hackman than anybody.
So he could manipulate both black and white when you say a hackman.
Yeah.
He can play either side. He can be a Democrat or a Republican.
He can play either side.
When he needed to be.
When he needed to be. And I think that from what I understand, that what Austin Rhodes is that he used to be at a news.
Yeah, he used to be a news reporter.
A news reporter.
And he got mad, I believe it was, allegedly, he got upset when Sam Crenshaw, I used to work with Sam Crenshaw down in Atlanta.
Okay.
And he got upset when Sam Crenshaw got a job over him. He was promoted over him. And he went berserk. And that's when he kind of moved from TV to radio, allegedly. And he kind of went berserk, in my opinion. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, 803-641-6499. I had a call on hold. They must have hung up. Okay, so Judge Flemings comes out of that Southside Mafia.
All those folks, some comes out of the same group. That's why when you watch a black politician,
okay, and
you see him lining up with some people like the Flemings and stuff like that, you better watch out. You better bet that your interest is not at heart. Because when you look at the Flemings, you realize how many young black men these judges have, people like Flemings have sent up the road. And these
now, what about Carlisle Overstreet? Austin hates him. He often talks about Carlisle Overstreet. Is Carlisle Overstreet that same good old boy clip?
No, that's that West Augusta.
Now, he's on the West Augusta side.
Yeah, West Augusta side.
Wow. I tell you, I don't know which side it is. West Augusta, South side. West Augusta, South side. Now, now let me ask you this. Is the West Augusta side and the South side, are they friends? Or can they be friends when it comes to manipulating blacks?
They can be friends when it comes to manipulating blacks. But when you look at people like Carlisle Overstreet, you had a certain class of white folks in this town who had a little more class, a little more intellect than some of the other groups. And the Overstreets have been, if you look at the plaque on the wall of the courthouse, they have been involved in city government for years in Richmond County.
So the Overstreets have been around a while.
They have been around a while.
Okay, good morning to you. You're live on the air.
Yes, I want to know if the gentleman knows anything about Charlie Reed Sr. being involved with, I've heard rumors of him having $750,000 of counterfeit money.
Well, we're not going to, he's answered the question about Mr. Reed already, the former Mr. Charlie Reed Sr., and I'll just let him enlighten where he was. I don't want to talk about counterfeit money and all that stuff.
All right.
But I'll let him repeat what he said about Mr. Charlie Reed, okay?
All
right, thank you. 803-641-6499. Now, you said Mr. Reed was a revolutionist. He supported the revolution.
In the 70s, early 70s, if anybody had to depend on anybody, it would be Charlie Reed.
From the black community. If the black community needed support or help, they could go to Charlie Reed.
Okay. If I needed something done, I wanted something done. I want to use a piece of property or something like that. And I said, Charlie, could I use that piece of property for a rally? Charlie said, yeah, use it anytime you get ready.
Okay.
We had folks in jail, and I go to Charlie, and I said, I need to get those folks out of jail. Charlie said, yeah, I'll tell you, get them out of jail. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned about Charlie Reed, whatever people think of him, I would say he's been one of the most loyal characters in the black community we ever had.
Okay, good. Good about that. Good morning to you. You're live on the air. It's the water cooler moment. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. You're live on the air. It's the water cooler moment. For some reason, they're dropping off. 803-641-6499. Folks, make sure you turn your radios down if you're calling in. have your radios turned down if you're calling in. You'll be placed on hold, and then you'll be brought up on the line. Good morning to you, live on the air.
Yes, sir. I have some information that I like to answer to some information. How about the Allgood family and their connection with Senator Walker?
Okay, the Allgood family.
Right.
Okay, is that the man that died on the plane?
Right.
In the plane crash, okay.
The one that went out and recruited a black representative to kind of quash the riots in Augusta?
Yeah, I was always, now, we're going to ask him what little bit does he know about that, because I was always told after Allgood was killed, that was the downplay. That was the downfall with Senator Walker. They took him out once Allgood left.
And
so
also,
we'll ask that.
Former deputy Mr. Jesse Red off of Meadowbrook Drive.
Okay, well,
he's a very influential redneck individual in the community.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. Okay, here we go. Good morning to you, live on the air.
Good morning. I was just
All
wondering
good.
if anybody has said anything about Gaynell Bonner or Vera Butler and what Judge
Hold on.
Jennings has
Wait a
said.
minute. You said what was the names again?
Gaynell Bonner or Vera Butler. Those are the two young ladies that Judge Jennings
Fired.
fired. Yes.
Well, I've been trying to get in touch with them. Apparently, they got they haven't called me, haven't got in touch with us. We were going to do a demonstration, a rally downtown, doing the time about them being fired. Neither one of them have called, so I guess they're handling their own problems.
No, but I left messages for you to return my call. I was trying to set up the meeting between you all.
Okay.
And you had not done it.
Well, I get 200 messages, but hold on a second here. I'm gonna give you my number, and you'll be able to call me direct.
All right.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let's go to the other line, I believe here. Okay, so go ahead, Mr. Wilbur. They said, let me tell you who they said here. They used two names here. They said Allgood. Yeah, if you can elaborate on the Allgood section.
One thing that we need to begin to learn is that our political future and our destiny don't depend on whether or not one white man died or lived. It ought to depend on the organization that we develop among our own people, organizing the masses of our own people, elect folks to office to carry out the will of the black community. Whenever you have political factions that emerge that depending on one section of the white power structure or other protection, then we're in trouble.
Now, where was it? Did you say where the Allgoods were out of? What side of, were they the south side or the west side?
I don't know. Tom Allgood, I think Tom Allgood might have come from somewhere in South Augusta. I'm not too sure where Tom Allgood comes from.
All right. And you're saying, now, I've heard that a lot. I heard that once he got killed in that plane crash, there was open market for Senator Walker.
But what I was just saying is that we cannot allow ourselves to be dependent on one faction of the white power structure or another.
Absolutely.
We have to rely on ourselves.
And our people.
And our people. Once we organize our people, carrying out things politically that's in the interest of our people, then we won't have to worry about what white folks do or what white folks live.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go to this call. You know, on that tape that we have with K.B. Martin, K.B. Martin says on this tape that the federal government came and got 10 pastors or so many pastors, and they took them downtown and they asked them, were they with them? Are they going to be against them? Or are they going to stay out of it when they go after Senator Walker? And we're going to play that on the tape here. Good morning to you. You're live on the air. Good morning. Got the button right here. Good morning. You're live on the air. Okay. Let me make sure I'm pressing everything right here. So nobody else says. Good morning. You're live on the air. Okay. Good morning. You're live on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm